Please welcome to the stage, Florida Congressman Al Lawson.
Keep on running, cause the winner don't quit on themselves. I'm telling these tears go and fall away, fall away. Oh, may the last one burn into flames. Freedom, freedom, I can't move.
Hello, everybody. I'm Congressman Al Lawson, in the 5th Congressional District that stretches from Gaston County all the way to Duval. And it's interesting that we have this rain, but that rain shows you it's not going to do anything to stop Harris and Biden. That's why you all are here. I want to tell you that I've known Harris for quite a while over the last 4 years and served with her in Congress. And you can't find anybody more intelligent, more dedicated, and a person that can get job done. And that's the reason why she's on this ticket, is because she and Joe are going to get things done. I promise you, bringing Harris on is like being in Las Vegas. When you have the big event, what did the guy say? Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. And that is what's going to happen. You're going to get ready to rumble because you're going to have one of the greatest VPs that we have ever known. And it is because of that that she was trained well in the HBCU. And I can tell you that's where we came from. And that's what we're going to do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is important that each and every one of you realize that early voting has started. And we need you to take people to the poll. If you don't take but 3, tell those 3 to take 3 more. We're going to make a difference. When I came in today and stopped by to some of the election places, I saw people standing in line, and that was all good. And they're standing in line because we're going to make a change in America. I'm here to tell you, after November the 3rd, is that you're going to see a big change in America. You're going to see something that hadn't happened in 4 years. All of a sudden, you're going to be included. Your health care, the opportunities for jobs, the opportunity to take care of your kids, the opportunity to increase education. All of that is going to be available for you. And I'm going to tell you that it only takes 15 more days. And then those 15 more days are over, you're going to see how America is going to change. It's going to change for the benefit of you and not for the benefit for Wall Street, not for the benefit of those who are real rich, but it's going to save for the people who made this country what it is today. So I encourage you to tell your friends, your neighbors, everyone that we're going to make a difference. And I can promise you one thing, and as they say in the big fight, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to win. And I want you to know that we're going to win at all costs. I see the Divine Nine out there, and I say to the Divine Nine, reach out to the Divine Nine all over America. Reach out to them and tell them that we are going to make a difference. And we will make a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for this young lady that we're finna bring up here now. She has been across America and across the world. She's got a business going. We want to take care of small businesses. And I can tell you that PJ knows what she's doing. She's going to make America great again, as they say. All of us is going to truly make America again. I want to thank all of you all for being here with you today in the rain. You know, when it's raining in Florida, it seems like it's raining all over the world. So in other words, don't worry about this rain. Harris is here no matter what. She's going to deliver the message to you, hope, opportunity, and a chance to make a difference in America. Thank you very much. I enjoyed being here with you, and we're going to win. We're going to win. I know we're going to win. Let's hold it one time. But PJ, come on up, my sister. Come on up. We're going to win.
Hello, Jacksonville. Hello, Jacksonville. All righty. My name is Pakila P.K. Riley, owner of Salon PK here in Jacksonville. But until November the 1st, my name is Pakila Make a Plan to Vote Early Riley. All right. I have lived in Jacksonville for all of my life, and I know firsthand what's at stake in this election as it relates to this community. Criminal justice reform, support for small businesses like me, battling this pandemic. That's what's at stake in this election. Duval County, we cannot afford to sit this election out. Voting this year is convenient and it's easy. We can make a change in the direction in this country on every issue that matters to us. That is the power of our vote. This year, have a plan to vote early. Have a plan. I have someone who is coming out, and she has something very important to say. So now, let's give her a big Duval welcome to someone who inspires me, someone who is making history and herstory as we speak, a true public servant. The next Vice President of the United States, Senator Kamala Harris.
I just wanna be yourself. Don't sweat, girl. Follow me, follow me. That's why I be myself. Let 'em get mad. They gon' hate anyway, don't you get that? Doesn't matter if you're going on with their plan. They'll never be happy 'cause they're not happy with themselves. I'm talking about things that I know. It's okay, show yourself some love. Don't worry about who's saying the word. Work what you got. Yeah, yeah. Work it out, lady. Oh, oh. Ooh, work that, work that. Work that, work that, don't hold back. Ooh, work what you got.
Hello, everybody. Oh, it's wonderful to be in Jacksonville. Duval. Oh, Miss Riley, you are amazing. Thank you for sharing this stage and for all of your leadership and all your work. Congressman Lawson, he is a force. You know, let me tell you something. Thank you for sending him to D.C. because I've seen him in rooms when the cameras are on. I've seen him in rooms when the cameras are off. He is always fighting for Florida. So can we please hear it for Congressman Lawson? All right, who voted today? There we go. So I came to Florida today to help kick off early voting. And I came to thank you, everybody here, for all that you are doing. Let me tell you something. The voters of Florida, you guys are going to determine the outcome of this election. I'm sure of it. You will determine the outcome of this election. The votes that you are going to cast, the votes that you have cast, the folks that you get to go vote between today, and let's remind everybody to vote early, between today and Sunday, November 1st, are going to have an impact on people you may never meet, people who may never know your name, but because you here in Florida voted in your numbers, voted with your voice and the power of your voice, you will very likely determine the outcome of this election. And so I am here on behalf of Joe Biden and myself to say thank you. To say thank you. And look, I don't have to tell everybody here, there is so much at stake in this election. There is so much at stake. Who watched the debate? Well, we've actually had two, I guess, huh? And we've had two debates, but I really meant that town hall. Did you all see Joe Biden in that town hall? Wasn't he spectacular? And you know, in this election, folks have got two choices. And I think that what we saw in those town halls last week really made clear that there is a distinct difference between the two choices being presented to the American people. On the one hand, you have Joe Biden, who is dedicated to building on the success that he and President Barack Obama created with the Affordable Care Act, which brought health care to over 20 million people. An initiative that was born out of an understanding and belief that the access to health care should be a right and not just a privilege of those who can afford it. The Affordable Care Act, which said it's not right, it just ain't right when people who have pre-existing conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, breast cancer, that they'd be denied coverage because an insurance company says, oh, we don't cover if you have a pre-existing condition. And they got rid of that ban. And they said no longer can you deny people access to health care if they have a pre-existing condition. Joe Biden has been fighting for working people his entire life. And on the other hand, you have Donald Trump, who right now with his boy Bill Barr is in the United States Supreme Court trying to sue against the Affordable Care Act. And if they are successful, they will get rid of coverage that came to over 20 million people. They will lose the protections for all of the people who need coverage if they have pre-existing conditions. This is what they're up to, and it is shameful. And it is shameful. There is a clear contrast here. On the one hand, you have Joe Biden, who is saying we're going to have middle-class tax cuts. Taxes will not be raised on anyone making less than $400,000 a year. On the other hand, you have Donald Trump, who passed a tax bill benefiting the top 1% and the biggest corporations of America. In Florida, you know that right now, people are hurting. People are suffering. In Florida right now, 1 in 8 Floridians is describing members of their household as being hungry. We're in the midst of a hunger crisis in America. In Florida right now, 1 in 5 Floridians is describing themselves being unable to pay their rent in September. But yet this man, Donald Trump, would like you to believe everything is okay. Because you see, his measure of the success of the economy is based on the stock market. Our measure is based on how working people are doing. And how are you doing? So we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do when we think about the fact that we're all wearing masks. The only reason I'm not wearing one at the moment is because I'm this far away from everybody. Why are we wearing masks? Because we're in the midst of a pandemic. Well, let's remember the history, the recent history on this. Thanks to Bob Woodward, we know Donald Trump was informed in January 28th, of the nature of this pandemic. He was informed that it was lethal in proportion. It would kill 5 times as many people as the flu. He was informed it could hurt children. He was informed that it was contagious and airbound. And what did he do? He stood at rallies and he stood before the American people and he didn't tell you what he knew. Imagine, folks, if you knew on January 28th what he knew on January 28th. And what you might have done or been able to do to protect your family, to protect your children, knowing that it is inevitable that maybe there might have to be some time that people have to stay home from work. And perhaps you could have planned for that. But instead, he held on to that information, he covered it up, and then he told the people, us, we the people, well, you're on one side of his ledger. If you don't wear a mask, you're on another side of his ledger if he wears a mask. What's that about? And see, this is the difference between a Donald Trump and a Joe Biden. Because Joe Biden stands for the people, with the people. He knows that this election will be conducted by the people. And so that's what's ahead of us. What is ahead of us is to fight. It's to fight knowing that we don't want a president of the United States who spends full time trying to sow hate and division between us. That's not who we are. We know that in the beauty of the diversity of who we are, the vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us. And we're here right now standing in the rain because we know we are better than this, and we know that the strength of our democracy is in the strength of the people, and that the people are prepared to fight for their country based on our love of our country. We will fight for our country. And that's what this election is about. And you know, here in Florida, with the exception of some of the great members of Congress and some of the mayors and all the folks, you know, I also know you got some other folks who are elected in Florida. I'm not going to mention any names. But here's the thing. All over this country, people are trying, including this president, to suggest to you that you can't trust our election system. They're trying to confuse folks about voting. They're trying to suggest that there's something that lacks integrity about our system, because you see, they're trying to confuse folks about your power to vote. They're trying to confuse folks about how to vote. But we're smarter than that. And we know the power that we have when we vote. And here's the point that I want to make. Sometimes not only do we have to sit back and know that we've got to vote to honor all of the ancestors who fought for our right to vote, people like the late, great John Lewis. You know, we know that we need to vote to honor. We just honored the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, all those suffragettes who fought for the right for women to vote. We also fight for all of those who understood black women didn't get to vote until 1965. We honor the ancestors, but we also do as we know this. And this is what I want to ask you, and then I'm going to close my comments because I want you to get out the rain. And I'm going to leave you with this. We have to ask, and please get back in your cars. Get in your cars, and I'll talk louder. Here's the thing. You know, when all these people all over the country, all these powerful people trying to put roadblocks in, right? You know, they've been picking up the drop boxes, right? So people can't find it hard to find where the drop box is to early vote. They've been trying to suppress the vote. They've been purging the voter rolls. And you have to sit back and ask, why are these powerful people trying to make it so difficult for us to vote? And here is the answer. Because they know our power. They know when we vote, we win. They know when we vote that we vote for justice, we vote for fairness. They know we know what's on the ballot in 2020. Justice is on the ballot in 2020. Economic justice is on the ballot in 2020. Criminal justice reform is on the ballot in 2020. Reproductive justice is on the ballot in 2020. Climate justice is on the ballot in 2020. We know what we have at stake, and we know our power, and that's why we will vote every day until Election Day and get this thing done. Thank you.
Girls, I hear you've been running from the beautiful queen that you can be becoming. You can look in my palm and see the storm coming. Read the book of my life and see I've overcome follow me, girl, be yourself. That's why I be myself, and I do love it. Let them get mad, they gon' hate anyway, don't you get back? Doesn't matter if you go along with their plan. They'll never be happy cause they're not happy with themselves. I'm talking about things that I know. It's okay, show yourself some love. Don't worry about who's taking your feeling great because the lights on me. Celebrating the things that everyone told me would never happen, but God has put his hands on me. And ain't a man alive could ever take it from me. Working with what I gotta keep on. Taking care of myself, I wanna live long. Ain't never ashamed of life.